Hey, good people. It's 11:29. I'm here in Chicago, hanging out with my parents, and it's like I was here at the beginning of the month. I was here short a few days. I was here like the end of January, like the 28th of January, and I'm back. I've been here back since Friday, and I wanted to jump on here because this is the last day of Black history, African American history, and I had the pleasure again to watch a movie with my dad. What's up, babe? How you doing? And my brother left, and thanks, Brooke. We watched the Billie Holiday movie and versus the U.S. And we had dialogue going on during the movies. You know how sometimes we do that. Anyway, I'm all over the place today because this is not going to be for everybody. I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if I'm gonna push buttons with people, the people that know me, but I don't care. Billie Holiday, who was a singer, African American singer, a beautiful sister, beautiful sister. She sang the blues, jazz blues, and she titled a song called "Strange Fruit," which were the lynchings of African Americans in the United States. And I'm just going to hold this in perspective. She was the early 1900s to the mid 1900s. She died like 4 years before I was born. And she did a song called "Strange Fruit," which is about the lynchings, like I said. And the government came after her. In the access world, I'm suggesting that everybody watches this flick. The reason I think this is kind of interesting to me because I've been in the last month, because it's February, it's kind of weird. I've been really busy, and I have been trying to figure out this consciousness thing. What's up, JD? What's up, my brother? How you doing? I've been working on this. JD, I got a picture that I'm gonna bring back from Chicago of when you was little, when I was a youth minister. Anyway, I'm segueing. I don't want to get lost in this, but anyway, I been really struggling with this race thing in America, and I know part of my consciousness stuff back here, but sitting in this room with my dad and going in my parents' bedroom with a lot of people that were impacted by that time. It's not like this is a movie that I'm watching and these aren't people who were impacted by that. And conversations I had, it makes me wonder. I'm gonna get to the race stuff later, but it's weird. It's weird when you watch you being part of history. And I got some tools I can share with people later about this piece, but these was lynchings. This woman did one song, and the United States government came after her for doing one song. One fucking song. She had no power. She was a humanoid. And let me explain to people out there when I say humanoid. So people are like, what the fuck are you talking about humanoid? She was outside the box. She was so outside the box that, like many people, not making excuses for people because they don't have some of the fucking tools that I know of now, they get on drugs and they check the fuck out. But while they're living, they actually change some things. Now, it might not be as dramatic as other people, but they actually drop some shit. And I was thinking, I'm gonna go back to me with this. So I reason this strange fruit in being me. Anybody who knows me in the last couple of years, I've been doing access consciousness and using these tools for creating a different reality. And I'm blessed to be able to work with the Brothers of Savalti. I have clients in the community in Portland. I do classes online. But I've been circling around this whole concept, and it's beyond race, because this shit is deep. This shit is really fucking deep. Like, if you would allow it, it can take you out of your being, out of choice, out of knowing. Um, so anyway, there's multiple scenes where you see Billie Holiday's story and how powerful she was and how everybody wanted a part of her. And she pretty much didn't think, she had an interesting point of view. I'm saying she had a point of view of herself of not being worthy of greatness, even though she was great as fuck. She wasn't willing to receive that from the universe, even though she was doing it. And it's, once again, if you're not willing to receive something, the universe would be like pop, 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 slap you around. And unfortunately, that's what happened to this sister through the beings on planet Earth. Not making an excuse for their behavior, but one of the things I realized is that she wasn't able to choose because she wasn't aware of that. And what happened is that her best friend was heroin, and it took her out. It took her out. She had glimpses. She knew. And when you start a judgment, I'm like, right now in my life, I'm 57. Man, if people got to do it, if you got to smoke weed, you got to smoke weed. If you got to drink, you got to drink. I'm not judging anybody. No more. No more judgment. I was on, a sister from Europe hit me up, and I was like, Mary J. Blige, no more drama. I'm not going to be a part of that. People choose what they have to choose in this reality. But the strange fruit is like, at the opening of the movie, there is a scene where European Americans are watching a lynching of a man being burned. And being an individual who has a capacity of being able to be connected to people and very sensitive. I can pick up people's energy really quick. I sometimes used to call it a curse. It's more of a capacity, like an X-Man shit. But being able to do that, I struggle with people being able to participate in that and walk away. And what do they feel? I mean, because you have to. So here's the piece. There's so much separation done in this reality, so much separation done, that people can separate themselves so they don't have to deal with themselves. And I look at it with me because of some things I've done with my body. I'm going to share something. Most people don't know this. Some people do know. I realized that I've been recently doing this fast, like fasting like 10 to 12 hours a day, sometimes 14 hours a day. And I'm getting more inclined to being able to walk with my body, really walk and be at one with my body, not eating shit that I need to eat, just being more in oneness in my body. And I realized that people aren't doing that. I realized Billie Holiday was a scene around some sex that she has, and she was so used to having rough, crazy. And I'm not proof that you can't have rough sex, but a distant sex. And what that was telling me is that, oh wow, this sister was really away from her body. It was so much fucking pain that she had to be away from her body. And I was like, man, what could we do and be to create a space that we have more oneness with our body? I want you to think about it, and this is the piece that I'm going to say. I have a different way of seeing things totally now because some of the tools that I've gained in my living. On my plane ride over here, I promised myself that I'm going to bring in all of the stuff that got me to be John Ashford Akintola at this point. Akintola was the Yoruba name that I got from Chief Baba. And I say that because this year, I think it's going to be as chaotic, if not more, because the curtain is down, up, however you want to look at it. Half up, half down. Interesting point for you have to have with it. But things are going to show up, and you have to be willing to be at one with you. And when you're one with you, it's hard to separate from other people. I thought about being back here at home. It's a different energy in Chicago than where I live in the Northwest in Camas. One's not greater than the other, it's just different. But at the same time, I'm beginning to ask questions about, okay, John, what do you know about these lynchings and watching people's faces? And here's the piece, people, it ain't stopped. At the end of the movie, in 2020, the government brought forth a bill around lynching, and it hasn't passed yet. But see, for me, I'm of the realization that if I'm waiting for them to pass something, I'm going to buy it off in this reality. And I'll talk about this reality. I'm gonna do some more stuff about this reality, some one-offs on this reality and what I mean by that later. But think of the Matrix. You're biting off in something that really cannot promise you anything that you really desire. And so it's the dog chasing his tail. You never get beyond what you desire. I'm going to ask you this. How many different things have you done this week? How many different people do you have around you? People always talk about, oh, it doesn't matter. But when you look around you, how many people look different than you around you? Just different. How many of you guys wear different colored clothes? I mean, I want you to think about this without going into any fucking judgment. Without, John, what are you saying? I want you to think about this. What would it be like to be open to everything? But all I'm gonna ask you, here's the thing, here's the piece. What do people look like around you? With the sex of the people around you, the race of the people around you. And I understand people are like, well, it doesn't matter. I can't sign off on that anymore. It does matter. It matters on the outside the box. It does. When I look around me, I have all different types of people around me. I do. I choose to be like that. I'm not willing to stay inside of a box. What about you? What would it look like if you lived outside the fucking box? Now, at the same time, I'm not willing to do separation. I'm willing to have it all. I'm really willing to have it all. That strange fruit, see, it's been too many and it hasn't changed. See, nothing shift in that reality. When you go back and you watch it, people, it's on Hulu. I'm giving Hulu some pull right now on Facebook, I guess. But go to Hulu and check out that movie. Watch it. Take a pen and pencil and take down notes and watch it like a fucking detective. And look at the dates and look at today. Look at the dates and look at today. Look at the dates and look at today. And this is not to make one person right or wrong. I'm asking you to open up awareness. Awareness of what you see, what you want to create. Awareness of what's really fucking going on. You can use all many goddamn excuses you want. See, I'm not gonna bite on either side. I can't bite off on either side. All I know is, man, they fucking kill a woman over strange fruit. Because in the line, she said at the end of her deathbed, in this movie, she said, they didn't want me to remind them of what America's really about. How many of us have shut down our fucking awareness because we don't want to be reminded of how uncomfortable things are? What if you open up your awareness and say, this is uncomfortable. Is there a fucking other possibility? Can I choose that? And for those individuals who are still stuck in this shit and they still doing the same thing that was happening in the past, hello, I invite you to a world of a new opportunity. Open the fucking doors, open the windows, let some fresh air into your brain and your body and see what's possible. You know? Some of y'all are probably like, this dude's just going on, but I want you to perceive the energy of this. Okay? I want you to see if you could really tap in. Because this is not one of those, I'm gonna make you feel groovy and cool. That's not my responsibility to make you feel groovy and cool. Fuck that. You need to be groovy and cool and choose that for yourself. I know it's difficult at times. And even those of us who are affected by shit like this, I'm not doing this to be saying I'm willing to be stuck. I'm not willing to say that I'm willing to look at all one people as the bad people, all the other people as good people. Because I understand that's part of what this reality is desiring to create. This fog, this place where you can't be you. People are gonna want to argue. I'm not gonna respond if somebody asks me some questions about it. I'm not gonna do that. This is not one of those damn things where I'm like, ooh, I'm right. I'm asking you to check out my awareness says that there's another way out of this. And I don't think our government is in any space to fucking figure this shit out. Matter of fact, they won't, because they're doing what they're supposed to do. It's our responsibility to choose greatness and not, storm Capitol buildings, write nasty notes about people. This is about dropping your barriers, expanding out, and being part of oneness. See, I have this whole different thing. This is going to be crazy. Religion is not important to me anymore. No religion. If religion's getting in the way of oneness, of being, then I have no purpose for it. I know people are like, oh, but he doesn't believe in God. I'm not having that conversation with you, and that's not what this is about. What I'm saying is this. She wrote a song about strange fruit outside the box. And a group of people got butt hurt because she was just pointing to a direction of something that's kind of fucked up and asking for those around her to choose a new possibility. And they tried to kill her spirit. Now, they weren't successful. They weren't successful at all. Billie Holiday is still around. Her energy is still here. Her presence is still present. And she's inviting you to another space. Strange fruit. Google it, listen to what she's talking about. And strange fruit could be my gay and lesbian friends that be harassed and dragged behind cars in Texas. Muslim friends being dragged through the street or burnt because of religion. Jewish. This is about this. And those are those fucking titles you need to let go of. See, what I'm talking about is strange fruit. I'm going to say this. African Americans are a carbon copy about, for me, after watching this, because I keep on going back, why do you keep on coming after somebody like this? And I hear Bob Marley singing in the back of my head, every person thinks his burden is the heaviest. Interesting point of view. True. What if you let that burden go? For those who are being persecuted, I'm not saying you don't stand up and you do something different. I'm not saying that I'm not giving a green light for this to continue. But I think there's something outside the box that we haven't chosen yet. And it's in the being. The proof is in the being. I'm here in Chicago dealing with some stuff, watching my parents change. And it's been the greatest lesson about being. This is the being part for me. It's something about the being that human being. I realized that when I studied foreign languages, being was the first verb that we learned how to conjugate. Something about that being shit that's there. It's the je ne sais quoi of living. What if the je ne sais quoi of your living was allowing you to be just an allowance of your being and stay in question? This sister saw a fire. She saw the fire going on with bodies being burned, and she wrote one song. To me, she changed the world. She's being herself. And she was relentless in actually giving up, even to the point where they chained her to her bed and allowed her to die. That's dope. Not that she could die like that. That she had the conviction to say, fuck you, I'm choosing me. And all the judgment that came, whether it was supposed to be a lesbian, that bullshit. People don't judge you because who you sleep with. All that bullshit. But she never backed down. She still did it her way. I know I've been on here for a little bit. I'm going to get off of here because it's almost midnight. I want to just say this, and this is not like, I'm not asking for nobody to follow me. I'm not asking no fucking comments about, oh, John, no. What I'm saying is, what would it take for you to check out that movie or listen to the song, Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, Not to get mad if you look like if your melanin, your skin is full of melanin. I'm not asking you to get mad and go right on and talk about people. I'm not asking that shit. That's the same old bullshit that people want you to respond to, or react to. This is a place of thinking about how would you respond in your being. See, in your being, you can expand out million miles where your molecules are not separated from the space. And you can just be present. Just be present with this. I hope that this might be impactful for some people. But for me, it's just like, I'm not looking for an answer to anything. So I'm willing to be in question with this. And this is what this is allowing to show up for me. Staying in question. I know I'm different. I know that most people like this brother, this Negro is crazy. I'm all right with that. I'm not looking for no extra friends. I got my tribe. My tribe got me. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, lunch, wherever you are, whenever you see this. And I'm going to challenge you to look at the power of your being. What does the power of your being create? I'm going to be here in Chicago for the next, I'll be here the next 4 days. I leave Thursday, and then I'm heading out to Burbank, California. And I didn't do this for a whole plug, but I'm gonna talk about this. I'm going to a 3-day body process class in Burbank, California with Danielle Carter. And it's something about bodies, all bodies right now, that they need some healing. They need some fucking healing. All bodies, no matter what sex, what color, how old, they need some loving. It's hard being on this planet right now. That's a choice too. What would it take? What it would look like for you to choose something for your body? If somebody wants to drop in the class invite for Danielle's page, y'all can do that shit. Right now, I'm just gonna fucking chill out. Peace and blessings. I hope that people, this is my big ask. What would it be like for you to be willing to be the healing energy of miracles, magic, possibilities, and joy, and ease? No more strange fruit. No more strange fruit for anybody. Okay, peace. I love you guys. Until next time.